What would you say would be something or advice that you would give maybe a music director or a leader in how to deal with a singer or musician that you pretty much know is having some troubles with humility and pride? Is there anything that you would suggest that, I mean, this is very practical, I know, but how would you go about that if you really suspect that and feel that?
Well, you know, I think that one of the best things that I've observed from successful leaders is, obviously, the first thing is never to try to handle anything right away. And I think that's a mistake we can all make so often, especially if it's something that we have been picking up on for a long time, and maybe it just festers in us and we try to handle that situation in front of people. I think you never do well trying to humble someone by humiliating someone. And I think that's so important, because ultimately the message will be lost in translation if you try to humiliate someone, or try to humble someone by humiliating them, and that just never works. So what I always encourage people to do is to be as diplomatic as you can possibly be. Never correct anyone in front of their peers, but when you have the opportunity, you go to your pastor, first of all, talk to them, and then if he has given you the authority to handle the situation, I always do something that I call the conflict sandwich. I'm sure you've heard of this before, but it's what I call is, it's a conflict sandwich. You've got the first piece of bread. You start off by just affirming them. Let them know that you admire them, you respect them. Start building them up. You have a lot to say that is good about them. They've got a lot of great qualities. And then you have the middle part of the sandwich, which is the correction. And you do this in a way that is constructive criticism. You're not frustrated. You've got your face looking right. You're not coming at them with anger, but you're coming at them with constructive criticism that will help them. So if they're dealing with the spirit of pride, you could talk to them again about the purpose of ministry, and maybe have them write a report about the purpose of ministry, and that you want to hear from them in their own words what that means to them. And just explain a little bit more. And then at the end of that conversation, put the bottom piece of bread on, which is affirming them again. And so you start off with the affirmation. You are in the middle part of the conversation, which is correcting the situation, and then end again by affirming them, letting them know they're valued. And then really they'll walk away and they won't really have even felt the surgery happen, but you've done surgery in them, and they'll feel like they have some direction and guidance, but they'll also feel like you haven't lost all confidence in them. Because I've seen people who feel that their leadership, if they feel like their leadership has it in for them, just go down. They never come back up. They never aspire. They will only aspire to what they think you think of them. So if you can continue to tell them, I think highly of you, I think so highly of you, this is an area that I think you might be struggling in, but you're going to get this. I do think that people genuinely aspire to what you think of them. So that, I call it the conflict sandwich.
What you just now said is so good about people feeling that you're for them. You're wanting them to succeed. You're not coming down on them. You want them to do better. And when they feel that, they'll step up to the challenge.
They will. They certainly will. Every time. Every time.